Well, whether you've just listened to that entire performance by Jean Rondeau or you just decided to sample a little bit of it and come back to the narrative, either way, I think you probably have a good appreciation for who he is as a musician and the kinds of sounds that he creates with his harpsichord. Just magnificent stuff. And I have a feeling on future radio hours, we might be hearing more from him. But we'll turn our attention instead to two other keyboard players who have notable versions of the Goldberg variations. And one of the things I noticed in researching this is there are a lot of women musicians who have created well-known versions of the Goldbergs. And that was something I didn't necessarily expect to come across. We're going to highlight two of them next. One, a harpsichord player you may not have heard of. I think she's a bit more well-known in Europe. Her name is Celine Frisch. And she did a pretty standard recording of Goldberg variations, but I just love this sort of classy approach she takes to playing. It's really elegant and effortless. You know, it feels to me like she's very much at one with the music. It's not overly showy. It's quite a bit different from Rondeau's version, which is, well, I guess some people would say it can be a little bit self-indulgent at times. And I think Frisch, has a little bit more of a cerebral approach. But as I said, it's just full of grace. And I really enjoy her playing. I love the sound of the harpsichord that she uses and the way that this was recorded. Those are both huge elements of how a harpsichord recording will sound. And I really like what the team that made this recording was able to do with the sound of her instrument. So we'll hear the Goldberg variations in the version by Celine Frisch, and then that's followed on the playlist by a version played on piano. And this is a performance by a good friend of WCF Symphony, Simona Dinnerstein. She's been here a couple times playing Mozart with us, and of course, the world premiere of a concerto by Philip Glass, which was written for her. So we've really gotten to know Simona well here, and our audience has appreciated her work, I think. She's just fantastic. And she created a version of the Goldberg variations for piano, which is quite different than any of the other versions I've shared so far. Very much sort of in her style, has a kind of control and a kind of calmness and a patience that we hear in a lot of Simona's music making, and also an elegance as well, a different type of approach than you'd encounter on the harpsichord. And that's why I wanted you to have a chance to hear these two versions by these two remarkable women musicians. I think between Frisch and Dinnerstein, you're going to have a lot to listen to and think about as you appreciate their approaches to the Goldberg variations. So I won't say any more. I'll let you enjoy these fabulous performances. And when we come back, we'll take a different turn with these wonderful pieces by Bach.